$300!
Would you shut up about the car?
Hey, and another thing, how do you know where I live?
Let's just say we're related, Biff. And that being the case, I got a little present for you. Something that'll make you rich. You want to be rich, don't you?
Oh, yeah, sure, right. That's rich. You're gonna make me rich?
You see this book? This book tells the future. Tells the results of every major sports event till the end of the century. Football, baseball, horse races, boxing. The information in here is worth millions, and I'm giving it to you.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Now, why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
It's leave, you idiot. Make like a tree and leave. You sound like a damn fool when you say it wrong.
All right, then, leave! And take your book with you.
Don't you get it? You could make a fortune with this book. Let me show you.
Yard line, UCLA trails 17-16. It's 4th and 11 with only 18 seconds left in this game. I'd say it's all over for UCLA.
Bet you $1,000,000 UCLA wins at 19-17.
What are you, deaf, old man? He just said it was over. You lost.
Oh, yeah?
Here comes Decker with a kick. It's up. It looks good, folks. It looks very good. Field goal. UCLA wins 19-17. Listen to that Coliseum crowd go wild. Jim Decker, senior head.
All right, Pops, what's the gag? How did you know what the score was going to be?
I told you it's in this book. All you gotta do is bet on the winner and you'll never lose.
The movie Back to the Future is showing you exactly what the Strong's Concordance is. Here, let me show you. What year did slavery end? 1865. Passed by Congress on January 31st, 1865, and ratified on December 6, 1865, the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States. Number 1865 in the Strong's Concordance means a flowing, free-run liberty. How about the day count from 2024 Feast of Trumpets to 2025 Feast of Trumpets? If you don't know, the Feast of Trumpets is one of the 7 Jewish holy days celebrated every year. That day count number is 356. Number 356 in the concordance is Elon. Does that name sound familiar? What about the number 1945, the year that the atom bomb was dropped? The definition is alas, ha. What is the usage for this word? Also modern Aramaic, in a lamentations, expressing usually dissatisfaction and pain. Not distinctly woe, which is used in Lamentations, and they mourned over him, saying, my brother. Jacob has God loved, and Esau has God hated. Or, sinful nation, Isaiah 124. I will ease me of my adversaries, especially preparatory to a declaration of judgment. What about the number 66, the amount of books in our modern King James Bible? The definition is meadow of water. What is the word? It's living waters. What about the infamous number 33? The Freemasons used this for their highest degree in Freemasonry. But actually 33 is the age of Jesus, when he died, was buried, and resurrected. Well, interestingly enough, the number 33, the word is age. And the definition means properly lead, i.e., come on, go to. What about the Strong's Concordance itself? Strong, meaning James Strong, first published his concordance in 1890, while professor of exegetical theology at Drew Theological Seminary. Number 1890 in the concordance means a gift. When I first saw this, I go, oh yeah. But then I saw this. If you go a little deeper and do an exhaustive research on the word gift, it's offering by reduplication for Yahab, gift in sacrifice. i.e., Holocaust offering. Something in me wonders if the way that they got this information, this futuristic knowledge, and all of it is by making a deal with the devil, saying, we'll do the Holocaust, the sacrifice, in order to get this knowledge, right? What is it for a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? That's what this Strong's Concordance is. It's an almanac to the history and the future of knowing things, the knowledge of good and evil. I believe also that that is why they are trying to go up another way for eternal life. Through transhumanism, they know that God will not or does not accept them, and they cannot have eternal life through Jesus Christ for the evil. Here's a picture of Donald Trump along with other world leaders, the kings of the earth, Psalms chapter 2 verse 2, touching a magic ball or orb. Everyone wanted to touch the orb, then it was gone. Are you going to get the talking president predicto, Donald Trump fortune-telling orb? Who do you think Biff, the time traveler in Back to the Future, was actually portraying? Take another look.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Biff Tannen Museum, dedicated to Hill Valley's #1 citizen and America's greatest living folk hero, the one and only Biff Tannen. Of course, we've all heard the legend, but who is the man? Inside, you will learn how Biff Tannen became one of the richest and most powerful men in America. Learn the amazing history of the Tannen family, starting with his great-grandfather, Buford Mad Dog Tannen, fastest gun in the West. See Biff's humble beginnings, and how a trip to the racetrack on his 21st birthday made him a millionaire overnight. Share in the excitement of a fabulous winning streak that earned him the nickname, the luckiest man on Earth. Learn how Biff parlayed that lucky winning streak into the vast empire called Biffco. Discover how, in 1979, Biff successfully lobbied to legalize gambling and turned Hill Valley's dilapidated courthouse into a beautiful casino hotel.
I just want to say one thing. God bless America.
Meet the women who shared in his passion as he searched for true love. And relive Biff's happiest moment, as in 1973 he realized his lifelong romantic dream by marrying his high school sweetheart, Lorraine Baines McFly.
Third time's a charm.
Now we go to gematria, which is probably something just like the concordance. Donald J. Trump in English gematria equals 888. Now we go to the Strong's Concordance. 888, the definition is to be evil and bad. And in the other one, it is unprofitable, useless, and unworthy. Again, the Strong's Concordance gives us the Greek and the Hebrew definition and meaning for these words and these numbers. The world, it's all biblical, and some of us are waking up to acknowledge the truth, to acknowledge that we are in the last days and that the majority of the world is deceived. And even if you showed them these things, I know this for a fact because it's happened to me, they do not care and they do not want to believe it. They want to live in the Matrix. Now go back to the scene that I showed you where Biff in Back to the Future was giving himself, a younger self because he had time traveled, the almanac to everything. He was talking about a tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil that will make you wise and be as gods. Remember, God said, do not eat from this tree, for thou shalt surely die.
You see, this book tells the future. It Tells the results of every major sports event till the end of the century. Football, baseball, horse races, boxing. The information in here is worth millions, and I'm giving it to you.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Now, why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Now, why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
The fruit from what the Bible calls the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, today I believe they call it the Akashic Records. The fruit is the Akashic Records, I think. In the religion of Theosophy and the philosophical school called Anthroposophy, the Akashic Records are a compendium of all universal events, thoughts, words, emotions, and intent ever to have occurred in the past, present, or future, in terms of all entities and life forms, not just human. Yeah, this is the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil that the Bible speaks about. And this is what we are not supposed to get into. And the way that they hack into these things is they do witchcraft. As I've said before, blood opens up portals. That's why we as Christians sing and talk about the power is in the blood. Leviticus 17:11 tells us that the life is in the blood. That is why we are learning about the blood sacrifices, or you see in the movies how they sprinkle blood around a pentagram on the ground with a circle around it, which is actually showing you it's a portal to the stars. And actually in the Bible, stars are angels. So when they get this knowledge, this special knowledge, they get it from angels, and they are using things to portal to angels that the Bible tells us not to do, because we know that Lucifer corrupted his wisdom. And so while they get much wisdom from these angels, we know that it comes with some corruption. Like I said earlier in this video, I have a feeling that the way that they were allowed to have this information, this almanac of future and past events that they give to us and call the Strong's Concordance, is possibly through doing sacrifices. So then this begs the question, naturally, should we even be using the Strong's Concordance and gematria? Well, at base level, the concordance is just the Greek and the Hebrew definitions of the words in the King James Bible. Now, how all the numbers are connected up to much deeper things, I don't really have all the answers. If these patterns are there and they're real, and I am seeing them and other people are seeing them, whether or not they got it like that, which I'm not 100% sure of, but I just don't feel evil by simply pointing out these patterns. The Bible does say in Ephesians chapter 5 to expose the darkness of this world. So maybe that could be another use to what I'm showing right now. But the fact of the matter is that this is real. And I have proved it to you guys. You have seen it with your own eyes. How world events and numbers, if you mash them, and the gematria and everything, that it's all connected, and it had to have come from some type of supernatural foundation.